If you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. I don't care that they stole my idea. I care that they don't have any of their own. Of all things, I like books best. The day science begins to study non-physical phenomena, it will make more progress in one decade than in all the previous centuries of its existence. The scientists of today think deeply instead of clearly. One must be sane to think clearly, but one can think deeply and be quite insane. Be alone. That is the secret of invention. Be alone. That is when ideas are born. The present is theirs. The future, for which I really work, is mine. My brain is only a receiver. In the universe, there is a core from which we obtain knowledge, strength, and inspiration. I have not penetrated into the secrets of this core, but I know that it exists. If your hate could be turned into electricity, it would light up the whole world. I do not think you can name many great inventions that have been made by married men. One must be sane to think clearly, but one can think deeply and be quite insane. Our virtues and our failings are inseparable, like force and matter. When they separate, man is no more. Let the future tell the truth and evaluate each one according to his work and accomplishments. The present is theirs, the future, for which I have really worked, is mine. All that was great in the past was ridiculed, condemned, combated, suppressed, only to emerge all the more powerfully, all the more triumphantly from the struggle. Life is and will ever remain an equation incapable of solution, but it contains certain known factors. We crave for new sensations, but soon become indifferent to them. The wonders of yesterday are today common occurrences. What one man calls God, another calls the laws of physics. If you only knew the magnificence of the 3, 6, and 9, then you would have the key to the universe. The gift of mental power comes from God, divine being, and if we concentrate our minds on that truth, we become in tune with this great power. My mother had taught me to seek all truth in the Bible. The individual is ephemeral, races and nations come and pass away, but man remains. You may live to see man-made horrors beyond your comprehension. It's not the love you make, it's the love you give. Most persons are so absorbed in the contemplation of the outside world that they are wholly oblivious to what is passing on within themselves. Most certainly, some planets are not inhabited, but others are, and among these there must exist life under all conditions and phases of development. Inventors don't have time for married life. Great moments are born great opportunity. As I review the events of my past life, I realize how subtle are the influences that shape our destinies. The progressive development of man is vitally dependent on invention. It is the most important product of his creative brain. We are all one. Only egos, beliefs, and fears separate us. One has to be sane to think clearly, but one can think deeply and be quite insane. A new idea must not be judged by its immediate results. One's salvation could only be brought about through his own efforts. Originality thrives in seclusion free of outside influences beating upon us to cripple the creative mind. The alone that is the secret of invention. Genius is its own passport and has always been ready to change habitats until the natural one is found. One may feel a sudden wave of sadness and rake his brain for an explanation, when he might have noticed that it was caused by a cloud cutting off the rays of the sun. Deficient observation is merely a form of ignorance and responsible for the many morbid notions and foolish ideas prevailing. Science is but a perversion of itself, unless it has as its ultimate goal the betterment of humanity. To know each other, we must reach beyond the sphere of our sense perceptions. The hard work of the future will be pushing buttons. These are only new devices for putting the weak at the mercy of the strong. My belief is firm in a law of compensation. The true rewards are ever in proportion to the labor and sacrifices made. Even matter called inorganic, believed to be dead, responds to irritants and gives unmistakable evidence of a living principle within. Everything that exists, organic or inorganic, animated or inert, is susceptible to stimulus from the outside. Every living being is an engine geared to the wheelwork of the universe. We should effect a radical reform in the character of the food.